I got a big box. What's inside? Sonos.com/Android. Let's find out. What is happening, everybody? I'm Noah from TechnoBuffalo.com, and a couple weeks ago the folks from Sonos reached out to me and said, hey, to celebrate the launch of our new Android app for the Sonos player, we want to send you a Sonos system so you can check out the Android app, try out the system, see what you think. And I said, alright. And so they sent me the system. Here it is right here, the Sonos S5. I was on the road last week. It actually arrived last week, but here it is now. And basically what you get with the S5 is it's a, no wait a second, time out. Full FTC disclosure, I was sent a t-shirt. It's the old, I like the way they did that. I wonder if they had to pay Maxell. It's the old Maxell ad. It's the old Maxell ad with the dude being blown away by the sound system, but it's the Android robot. That's pretty funny. I like that. Anyway, so they sent me the system, and it's the Sonos S5, which is a self-contained system. Sonos has been out for a while now. I once actually saw Herbie Hancock, the jazz legend, at the Sonos booth at Macworld way back when. Talking with those guys. Sonos is pretty cool. I've actually played with the Sonos a while ago, and it's a high-end. I mean, not like super high-end, but for consumer level, high-end digital music system. Lets you wirelessly, play your music off of a NAS drive or something like that, or off the internet. And you can play your music, around different stations in the house. You can play different songs on different stations, or the same stuff synced up across, the different stations, that kind of thing. Now with the advent of these, touchscreen devices like iPad and iPhone, and now the iPod Touch, and now the Android devices, you don't have to buy the separate Sonos controller, so you can get a lower cost system. So here's the S5. It's the Sonos S5 here. It's a an all-in-one system. It's got your speakers built in. You can play your music. Again, you have to, it's internet connected, so you can play stuff off of the internet, but you have to, if you want your own music on here, you have to supply it somehow. So with a network attached storage drive, Apple Time Capsule, something like that. But this device right here, the Zone Player S5, it's got the speakers built in, so it's a full-on music system. 5-driver speaker system with 5 dedicated digital amps, 2 tweeters, 2 mid-range drivers, and 1 bass driver. Everything's in there. You can play off of an iTunes library on a computer. You can play off the internet. It connects, iTunes, like I said, Deezer, Last.fm, Napster, Pandora, Rhapsody, Sirius, all that stuff. And there it is. You can get the Sonos controller, or you can use the app. And now, again, the whole thing here is the Android app. So got in the box, I've got 2 of these S5s. I'm going to set up a 2-room system, and then we've got this Sonos Bridge 100 here. So we'll get the system hooked up, and the Bridge will let me connect to my router, so I can set the S5s up anywhere. So I don't have to have the router in the same room as the S5, so that's cool. So there you go. Oh, I can play Wolfgang's Vault off this too. I love Wolfgang's Vault. Seriously, I do. So there you go. I'm going to check this out. Let's take it out of the box. We'll get this set up, and then we will show you how the Android app works. Kind of hard to do the unboxing here because this is up high on a table and these things are so tall. So I think we're going to do this. I'm just going to pull this stuff out of the box to show you. So in the box you get your congratulations, you bought something, and your user's guide and all that stuff. You get your setup CD so you can get this hooked up to your internet connection and your network music and all that kind of goodness. And here's the unit itself, even smaller than it appeared from the box. I'll show you that in a second. Inside this box here, you also get There's your power cord and an Ethernet cable, so you can hook yourself up. Some electricity into your router. You also get a 3.5mm cord. The system comes in black and white. Sonos was nice enough to give me a choice. I opted for the black, so thank you. Did I just say black? I opted for the white. Wow, I'm staring at it. I'm staring at the thing, it's white, and I said black. Go figure. If you can't pay attention to yourself, who can you pay attention to? So, take this out of the bag here. Bag is sealed at the top. How do they do that? How do they seal bags? Crazy. Now, obviously, the size of this thing, doesn't matter if it doesn't perform well and sound good. But I'm impressed at how small this is, how unobtrusive. For reference, size-wise, here's a computer keyboard, a little Apple keyboard. I mean, literally, it's not that much bigger, than the Apple keyboard. I mean, it is bigger, but not that much bigger. What else for size comparison? Here's a pair of scissors. Not all that much taller than a pair of scissors. Here is a ping pong paddle. So, it's really not all that big. Depth-wise, it's not even as deep as a ping pong paddle is wide, to give you an idea. On the top, you've got volume and mute controls with a little LED indicator light. On the front, obviously nothing, just your speakers and your bass. On the back, you've got headphone jack, looks like an audio in jack. There's your AC adapter connection, and then there are 2 ports for Ethernet in and out. And again, I think you have to connect one of these to your router to get things happening, but then you can connect separately, you form a wireless mesh network between the Sonos devices, or you can use that bridge that they sent to get this set up. So I'm going to get this thing set up, going to get the Android app happening, maybe do a little comparison between the Android app and the iTunes or the Apple app as well. And then also, me personally, I'm very curious the difference between using this and using something like Apple TV, which I already have set up. Apple TV 2, the current generation, is $99. The old Apple TV I bought used. I actually bought one because it had a hard drive in it, and I could use it as a music server. And then the Apple Remote app is free. I've been using that in my house for a while now, and it's a little bit wonky. When it works great, but sometimes there are delays in it, queuing up the music, delays in, if I'm playing music and then the app has gone to sleep and I open the app back up on a phone or on the iPad to change the music, sometimes there's delays there. It's a little bit wonky. I keep using the word wonky. So, for $99 a pop with the Apple TV unit rather, versus $400 a pop for these S5s. Now, granted, with the S5, you've got the speakers all built in and everything. You don't have to hook it up to an external speaker source. But still, wondering how much better is the Sonos? How does this perform by itself, as a one-box music system, all that kind of stuff. We're going to find out. Thanks again to Sonos for sending this our way. And we'll have much more coverage of the Sonos S5, the Android app, all that stuff on TechnoBuffalo.com. Till next time, me and my big head, my name's Noah. See you later.